Hello, Steve here, and just a few things just to start. I would just suggest that you do a search on Rory Duff, Roryduff, and Rory Duff newsletter. And they're really long. I'll just tell you that right away. But they're really informative in terms of the change in the ley lines that's going on the earth. The ley lines are like the acupuncture meridians, and the nodes are like the acupuncture points in the body. So you have these ley lines and you have these nodal points where a lot of energy builds, and in acupuncture that's what they use, is those nodal points to release the energy that allows it to flow. So the nodal points are a little bit like a dam or a building spot for energy, and Rory Duff is one of the leading experts in the world on these ley lines and these nodal points. So he's written a couple newsletters recently. I'm turning off my phone. Reading a couple news, written a couple newsletters recently, one in December and another one just recently in March. And just about kind of so so at one point I think he's talking about these type 4, so there's different widths, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, and I think type 5 might be the dragon lines or whatever. I don't know. I don't know about these things, but I trust that they're happening, and there are people that can actually measure these things. So he was talking, I think, about the type 4 lines being 50 paces across, and then they had increased to 100 paces across. And you know what a pace is? It's like 3 feet is a pace. So 100 paces would be 300 feet. So they've spread out from 150 feet to 300 feet, and now they're currently at a mile. You just see the hands go away. So these energy lines are powering up. And he gives a pretty clear description of what we're up to in the world in terms of those of us who came here to assist the energies to rise, and those who have been kind of having a stranglehold on the energies of the planet, keeping everything down, keeping everything from really opening up in consciousness, in truth and honesty and those type of things. So anyway, I love Rory. His videos are good as well. But his newsletter, you can go at his pace is slow anyway, but his newsletter, you can just really think his process through. So anyway, that's something I suggest. And I would also just mention that it's been a few years that I've been really encouraged by my guides to do these healing fields that I have been doing now since mid-December or so. And what I want to say is I'm getting so much benefit from them, so I'm hoping that they're a benefit to you. But I had one of my clients, kind of like a client of the last few years, send me, a text message. I didn't know that you did sound healing. And I'm like, well, I've been doing this stuff for 50 years. So there's a lot of things that people probably don't know that I do. And I haven't done as much sound healing in the last, I'd say the last 11 years or so. 11, 12 years. Haven't done as much of the sound healing. But it's time now for doing the sound healing. And the sound healing, because the field is so strong, the sound healing is affecting change much more rapidly. So, I've been benefiting tremendously. Like today, I was, so I'm not really that guy. I'll have periods of time where I do yoga, and I'm in one of those periods of time where I'm doing yoga for the low back. So it's a series of exercises that help to strengthen the core muscles that hold the spine strong. And I've been less physical than normal for the past 6 months as I've been detoxing. So, um, but anyway, for the last 5 days or so, I've been doing yoga, strengthening exercises for the core muscles of, especially focused on the low back, and breathing exercises. And while I was doing the yoga, I found myself releasing tension in the muscles as I did the yoga through sound. So I'll probably make a video about that. Although my wife said, "You're not going to do a video lying in the bed, are you?" I don't know. Well, you just don't know what I'll do because in the tarot, my life card is the Fool. So if you know what the Fool is, the Fool just does it. He just does what he does, and he's outside kind of the confines of normal society. Not in a dark way, it's just never dark. It's just always like, oh, what would this do? Oh, what would this do? Oh, what would this do? So always kind of expanding the field, helping it to grow and become bigger and hopefully rise. So that's my intention. All right, so that's an introduction. That could be a video in and of itself, and maybe I should just have that be the video so when people can only go a short distance in terms of these videos, that's the distance they'll have to go. And so this is part one. We'll just do this part one, part two, we'll see how many parts we get. So now let's go.